Yo, what's going on guys, it's Ryan-Remiz here and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be showing you my 1080p 60 frames per second render settings and also settings on Sony Vegas Pro 13. This also works on Sony Vegas Pro 11 and 12 and maybe even 10, I'm not sure about that, but definitely on 11, 12 and 13. So let's get straight into this. Okay, so when you first open up Sony Vegas Pro, doesn't matter what type of Sony Vegas you have, you'll come up to something like this, like the interface. What you first gonna do is go over here where it says Project Video Properties, or you can click Alt and Enter. Then all you do is click on it, it'll bring up the project properties. Okay, when you open Project Properties, you're gonna come up to something a little bit similar like this. What you're going to do is where it says template, click the down arrow, go to HD 1080p 60i. So this one right down here, you might have to scroll a little bit to find it, but once you have done, click on that. It'll bring you up to something a bit like this. What you want to do is keep the width and height the same for your video. Make sure your video is in 180p and 60 frames per second, because if it's not going to render properly. So if it is 30 frames per second, make sure you change the frame rate or leave the frame rate the same. If it's 60 frames per second, bop it up to 59.9, which is basically 60 frames per second. What you're going to want to do is put the field order to none. Keep everything else the same up here. Pixel format 8-bit. For the full resolution rendering quality, put that to best. It's not really going to make much of a difference, but you want everything to look as crisp as possible. You keep everything the same there, and then go over to audio, make sure it's on stereo, and the sample rate, keep it as 48,000. That's like the lowest it can really be without the audio sounding a bit crappy. Resample and stretch quality, put it down to best. You just want everything to sound that extra little bit better. Then you can start all projects with these settings. You can either click that or not, but what I'd like to do is you go back over to video, you click this, first you type in your name, so it'd be YouTube or whatever it is, and then just click enter, and then it's then saved. Okay, so I just watched the video back and I realised that a bit of a video had cut out when I was recording it. So what I was actually meant to say at this point was, then what you want to do is just click OK, go and drag a file into the actual timeline, and then, yeah, the rest of the video should explain. Go over to my Elgato folder. These are both quite big files. Yeah, that's a 1.5 or 1.5 file. We'll open up that. Won't put it in there. We will actually open it back up for a sec. Drag it into your Sony Vegas. Just drop it, and then you're just gonna let the peaks build and also the video build. Okay, so we're just waiting for that to load up. You can close the file where you got your video from if you want. Just wait for it to build up. So here we go, it's finished now. So what you want to do is you just want to edit it to how it was, whatever size you need it to be. So as you can see, I'm just going to make a short little video. Of course you do the splitting, the deleting, the crossfading, you do all that. Make sure it's edited properly and to the top standard that you can. And then what you do is you come over here to the render as button, just click on that, wait for it to pop up. We're just going to wait for it to come up. Okay, so here it is, it's just popped up. And just before this, if you didn't know already, this might help you, might not. When you're about to render, double click the bar, like there's just an invisible bar here, double click on it, and it'll select all your videos, so you know that that bit is, the whole video is going to be rendered, not just a certain part. And what you're going to do is click render as again. You're going to choose where you want it to be put, where you want the video to be rendered. So I'm just going to keep mine on the desktop. Title the video, we'll just use it as tester, and then down here you're going to be brought to something a little bit like this. What you want to do is you want to find the Sony AVC MVC folder, click the drop down arrow, go down a little bit to where it says Internet 1920 30p. You just click customize template. You'll then see this little box that pops up. Keep the frame rate, the frame size the same. Keep everything else the same except for you go down to frame rate. You go down to 60. You keep these two the same. You can't change them anyway, but just keep them the same. Right, and also down here where it says encode mode, render using CPU only. If you have got GPU, use that. It's going to be faster. But otherwise, use CPU. If you don't know if you've got GPU or not, go to System, click Check GPU. No GPU available, or it will say GPU available. And then whether you have it or not is whether you can use it here. If you don't have it, you don't worry, just going to take a little bit longer. Enable progressive download, that's just going to like, I don't really know what it does, you don't need it, it's fine. You go over to audio format, keep that the same. The lowest you want to really be is 48,000. You don't want to go any lower because it'll just make it a bit more crappier. Bit rate, you can either, I'd have it above 112,000. So I have mine on 128,000 because that's what you really need to be. Any higher, gonna sound better, gonna take longer to render, and a bigger file to upload to YouTube. So just keep it on 128,000, that would be the best for you. And then all you want to do is you can change the template name to YouTube. You just type it in, whatever, so I'm just going to call my YouTube test. Then you click this little save button there, hit OK, and then there you go. It's going to be down here where it says YouTube test. It'll then highlight it for you. You want to click this little star here, which will add it to your favourites. So when you click on your favourites, it will then bring like just your favourites up. So it's a little bit easier to navigate. So it's a little bit more easier to navigate through all your renders. When all you do is click on that, click render, and then there you go, it's going to start rendering your video. And that is basically it. You're then going to just wait for this to upload, put it on YouTube, give it a cool thumbnail, title, everything like that, and then there you go. So that's about it for this video. If you did enjoy it, remember to smash the like button down below. Also subscribe and comment as much as you want, really. If you have any questions, put it down below, I will answer it. Also add me on all the social media that has been popping up throughout the video. But other than that, my name is Ryan-Remiz. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I am signing out.